Ayesha Curry, Steph Curry's wife, says she is tired of his groupies. Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Truly Camellia here with Truly Speaks TV. How y'all doing today? I want to talk to you guys about Steph Curry's wife, his boo thing, his homie lover friend, the beautiful Ayesha Curry. Now, she broke her silence on the Red Table Talk the other day with Jada Pickett and talked about how women are always throwing themselves at Steph Curry, along with some of her other insecurities. Yeah, we're going to talk about it from a woman's perspective because men don't think about things like this. Mrs. Curry, let me emphasize Mrs. Curry is a cookbook author, a Food Network personality, mom, and wife of an NBA star Steph Curry. Mrs. Curry became the target of Black Twitter memes the other day after she acknowledged that she doesn't like other women hanging around her husband and she doesn't get male attention anymore. Now, that point was just a little bit ridiculous because look at this woman. She's beautiful. I mean, she knows that she gets attention from the men's. Currys were high school sweethearts. They met at a church retreat when they were young, so they have a lot of history together. They have three beautiful children together, and I really think that Mrs. Curry is just speaking from an emotionally drained standpoint. So as I said earlier, Mrs. Curry was invited to Jada Pickett Smith's show, the Red Table. I always want to say Red Table Top, but Red Table Facebook show. And Ayesha just lets everyone know that her husband is, he's very nice, he's talkative. Everything is always friendly. But she says sometimes, she has to insert herself into the conversation between him and other females and be like, how you doing? That was a little funny to me. I did chuckle at that part. But she also talks about, how as a mother of three kids, three small kids, she just wishes, that she got attention from the opposite sex that her husband receives on a daily, hourly, sometimes every minute basis. And I really thought this was a really, really good interview because it talks about, how some of the mothers and the wives of these superstars, how they are actually dealing with life, because being a wife, being a mother, you put yourself, a lot of times you put yourself on hold. You put your career on hold to raise your children. You put your career on hold a lot of times to, be there for your husband. And I really, really thought this was a really, really good interview. And I feel like all women should probably watch the interview because it was just that good. Of course, like I said earlier, Black Twitter did end up bashing Ayesha for this interview. And by the way, I think it was mostly the men, but I'm going to show you guys some of this is, one of them. But before I do get into that, I do want to acknowledge that Ayesha was just being honest. A lot of people are bashing her, but she was just being honest. She was being upfront. She was letting people know the truth. She was letting people know how she felt. And I appreciate her for that. But this is one. It says Ayesha when she goes to the Warriors game and doesn't get catcalled once the whole night. And this is a meme of Will Smith crying. Okay, funny. Here's another one. Looks like this is a comedian. It says Ayesha Curry after she walks past a bunch of men and none of them try to holler at her because they know she's married. And this person is just being mad and banging their fist on the desk. This one was a little funny to me, but it says Ayesha Curry leaving the grocery store after the bag boy asked for her number. And this is just a meme. This is the movie Pursuit of Happiness, Will Smith. So that's why I thought it was a little funny. But anyway, there were several other memes, but I just wanted to show you guys just a few. I'm going to give you all my thoughts about this, and I most definitely want to hear what you all got to say too. So I've been married for about 5 years, and I got married later in life, so I want to comment from a single woman's perspective and a married woman's perspective. I believe Ayesha was being very, very honest, as I said to you guys earlier, about expressing her feelings. And I understand somewhat where she's coming from and what she's saying. That has to be something hard to deal with, even if like know in your Noah that your husband isn't doing anything. Your husband is as faithful as Jesus. But there's still that insecurity that she has to deal with. And I totally get her. I totally understand, and I think that she has to deal with her insecurities. And I commend her for being, just being brave and putting this out on the table. Now, as far as my single woman perspective, like again, I've been single like all my whole 20s. I got married in my mid 30s. So I understand being single, and how it is as a single woman. Girl, why you complaining? You got a faithful good man, as the world knows. You don't have any scandals or anything out here, and you are still complaining. Wow, get it together, hun. He's a popular NBA player. Other females just come with the territory. Thousands, not even thousands, millions of women would love to take your place right about now. And you have to think about it. The only reason why most of these women are giving your husband, all the attention is because of his status and his money. That's all. Like, not to say that Steph, isn't cute or he's not a good guy, which I really do think he is, but I'm just saying 98% of those women, the only reason why they are all over him like that is because of his money. And there's a lot of trifling females out here. They don't care if you're married. They don't care if you have 4 or 5 women. They don't care if you got 10,000 wives. Like, all they're trying to do is be the next one, and they will do whatever they can to get what they want. And you just got to keep that in mind. With her, getting married probably at an early age, and that happens. I see this with a lot of women that get married at an early age. They don't really appreciate what they have. So what do y'all think? I honestly think this subject, has the two answers: from a married woman's perspective, or a woman that's been in a long-term relationship, and from a single woman's perspective. Like, what do you think? Do you think Mrs. Curry should be complaining about not getting attention from men and all these female groupies, or do you think Mrs. Curry should just suck it up and stop complaining when there are millions, if not billions, of women who would love to take her place? Let your girl know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you guys in the next video.